It's another day with the physicians where your health is our business.
Growth spot the end. So you are not going to take some drastic measures. But a 10-year-old coming, pressure is high. But also to know that not only when your pressure is high, that you have your hormones.
Sugar, and I don't know about any other one, but what you know is
You're welcome back to the Planet Ultra of your regular program.
If a woman is infected with hepatitis B, there's a likelihood she can transmit that to her child.
People from all around the world celebrate the World Breastfeeding Week every year. It is a week-long observation that commences on August 1st and ends on August 7th. World Breastfeeding Week is marked with an objective to promote regular breastfeeding. The week highlights the benefits of breastfeeding for babies. Breast milk is known to be the best food for newborn babies because it has antibodies that help to prevent many pediatric ailments. It helps to fight germs and bacteria. Today on your regular Health TV talk show, The Physicians, we shall be discussing and joining the rest of the world to educate and support mothers as we encourage them to step up for breastfeeding in line with the World Breastfeeding Week. Step up for breastfeeding and encourage mothers. Stay tuned. It's another day with the physicians where your health is our business. Today we're discussing step up for breastfeeding, educate and support the women. It's actually the World Breastfeeding Week, and they were very excited and delighted to be bringing this to you. My name is Dr. Martina Agbere, regular anchor on this program. And with me is my co-host,
Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadiri. It's a honor to be here once again.
It's been a while, really. You look radiant and well rested too.
It's very important.
It is very important. I know with all the stress around, it's good to just keep your sanity, right?
A major prayer as a Nigerian when you wake up every morning is to say, may Nigeria never happen to me negatively.
Absolutely. May Nigeria never happen to me negatively.
It's a serious prayer.
Right now, we're going to be talking about step up for breastfeeding and educate and support the mothers. And I think this is the time they actually need these words of encouragement and support the most. Yeah. We can't believe in a situation in a country like this and you have mothers still going through the stress that they already have.
People bringing forth the leaders of tomorrow.
Absolutely.
With inflation, how do you want them to be able to breastfeed adequately?
I think
they need to eat.
Maybe the first of the encouragement is you lay your hand on that baby when you have the baby. Say you'll be great in this nation.
No, you have to speak those words of affirmation to like encourage yourself, encourage the baby. Like it is really, really bad. And when we talk about breastfeeding, it's so vital and important because Nigeria still is among the top countries globally that has high rate of maternal and infant mortality. How many kids get to the age of 5? You know, we still have a very high rate of death. Infant mortality is still very high. And the essence of breastfeeding can't be overemphasized.
Absolutely can't be overemphasized. But I asked somebody, why is it that we always have this World Breastfeeding Week? The woman said, okay, don't worry, I'll talk about it. Probably because mothers, most of them now, don't even want to breastfeed. So we just need to educate them so they know what to do, the needful. While my viewers are there, we'll be back after the short break. Just stay tuned. back. If you have just joined us, you're on to your regular program, The Physicians, where your health is our business. Today we'll be discussing step up for breastfeeding, educate, and support. In the studio with me, we have our guest. She is Dr. Maalikah Timson. She is a general practitioner at the SICKBAY of the Naval Doctrine Command, BONNY camp. Welcome to our program.
Yeah, welcome, Dr. Simpson.
Your smile is very infectious. Okay, so we'll be talking about step up. You know, it's the World Breastfeeding Week. And we need to do a shout out to the mothers out there for keeping the flag and ensuring that the babies are well breastfed. So congratulations, mothers, for doing a very good job. And for those that haven't started, please ensure you take some vital information from this program. So we're talking about step up for breastfeeding, educate and support. So let's discuss. Is the World Breastfeeding Week started first and it's going to end on the 7th. So why do we always celebrate, have a whole week set aside to celebrate mothers or encourage them or do something by the WHO?
Yeah, thank you very much for this wonderful topic and at this particular time. Actually, first and foremost, I would like to say, you see, every phenomenon in life usually have day or days set aside actually to denote, typify, or celebrate their establishment or mission. Okay. So hence the World Breastfeeding Days this time around. We'll have it to celebrate mothers, women for the wonderful job they do.
They do.
So what are the benefits of breastfeeding? Because this, we don't want to dwell into why is it a whole week. You know, we already understand that a week is never enough. It's something that we should have 365 days in, you know. But what are the benefits of breastfeeding?
There are a lot of benefits, both for the mother and child, and I should also say for the general society. Okay? If you start with the mother, you are talking of bonding. Breastfeeding brings a good bonding between the mother and the child. Also talking about mothers, breastfeeding prevents postpartum depression. Some mothers that are predisposed to it, because that joy of holding your child and then breastfeeding, both of you are looking at each other's eyes, gives a lot of relaxation. And then the hormones that breastfeeding secretes, the woman secretes as a result of breastfeeding, also there are hormones that relaxes and assist to make the woman cool down. Then for the women again, we're still talking about, it helps to involute the uterus. I mean, to allow the uterus to go back to its pregnancy states. It also assists the bleeding, you know, the postpartum bleeding, because the more the uterus contracts, the more the vessels are closed to prevent hemorrhage, excessive bleeding for the mother. We also talk about keeping the mother safe from diseases, infectious diseases, like, you know, keeping mother safe from some cancers, especially breast and ovarian cancers. It's very ideal for that. We also talk about it reduces the incidence of things like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis in mother, as well as diabetes, all these chronic illnesses like diabetes mellitus, hypertension, and cardiovascular diseases. It assists the mothers in that aspect. Then let me now go to the child. For the child, it's equally the bonding. We have mentioned the bonding, which is there for the child. It assists the child to, it balances the tummy of the child, because, you know, it's a natural product that actually God planted there. I'm sorry for using God.
It's okay. Yeah, but it's God. It's God.
That God actually planted there to assist human beings. So it balances the tummy of the baby. It prevents the baby from being overweight, from obesity, all this malnutrition, whether undernutrition or overnutrition or absence of all these insufficient micronutrients. You understand? It prevents the baby from getting it. When we talk about that's for also prevent some illnesses, infectious diseases, mostly in babies. We'll talk of gastroenteritis. We'll talk about acute respiratory diseases, prevent the babies from getting those. So we also mentioned that prevent the baby from getting pneumonia. We have mentioned respiratory diseases. I will not forget to mention the fact that it also helps the baby to be very intelligent and fit. That's the breast milk. And if I must also add, a part of the things that it does to the baby, it prevents the baby from developing allergic diseases and all this atopic and eczema in the future.
Okay.
So those are the benefits to the baby. Then let's talk about the family as a whole. When you breastfeed, it saves the family's income because you don't have to buy formula foods.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
We all know how much
The formula is.
I was in a store yesterday and I checked one formula. I saw 26,000.
One.
Formula.
Yes.
I think that is good. I like to hear this kind of news. One is the formula is 26,000 naira.
26,000 naira.
No, what do you think? I think it's good. It's a good news. Why am I saying it's good news? It will encourage mothers to breastfeed. Yes, if the formula is expensive, mothers don't have any choice.
26,000.
Breastfeed. But you know, the mother has to also eat to be able to have enough food and energy to
you're
give.
right.
Absolutely,
Yes,
the mother needs
but
to
it's
eat.
cheaper, actually.
It's cheaper. The mother needs to eat to be able to do that.
Because I know,
So when I encourage gardening,
and I know some babies that take one can in 2 days.
Yes.
no, let me borrow your word. Let me borrow your word. I will always say you need to borrow sense. I don't know as it is now. The mothers should be able to now have at least some garden.
Yeah,
Grow their own crops, your crops, your vegetable, your tomato, your bitter leaf.
And focus on healthy eating and lifestyle modification.
So I think some of these things have their ups and downs. If the mothers actually see that the formula is as high as 26,000,
Wow.
you need at least two. So a week.
A week.
So you're talking about 52,000.
How much are you earning? Yes, 56,000.
That's like $100.
So you don't need anyone to tell you before you
No,
do
you
that.
I mean, if you take your 26,000 to our local market,
You have enough fruit, vegetables.
You
are
buy
right.
something substantial with that money.
That will last you for maybe even a week or two.
Or
sef.
two.
Okay, please go ahead. You said we're talking about the benefits to the family.
So we've mentioned that breast milk is very cheap.
Yeah.
It saves the family's income
Yeah.
from the feeding, from the milk. It's also save it from health visits. Because if a child has to
Absolutely.
come down
Absolutely.
with health problems each time, and you are not a doctor yourself, I mean, that means you have to consult with a doctor or visit a
Even if you're a
health
And you pay
doctor.
from pocket.
Even if you're a doctor, I'm not a pediatrician.
Well, I'm just trying to say that as a general practitioner, you have one or two ideas of what to do about
You
your
don't want to use general idea at that point.
So in that wise, it saves the family income from that aspect.
Okay.
And then it also saves time and energy for the mother. Because if you have to prepare formula fields, it means you have to get out of your bed or wherever you are, go to where the feeding bottles are, even if you are using cup and spoon, you understand, get it prepared, you need to get it. It saves that energy.
And sterilize and all
Sterilize.
that. Yeah.
Sterilize.
And that's
you know,
another cost.
And that's another cost.
Yeah.
You need electricity or gas or...
For career women, in most cases, we don't even have time to do that ourselves.
Okay, so maybe we'll come back. We'll talk more about the importance of breastfeeding and the benefits to the family again, because there are some things that we need to also clarify so that our viewers out there will be able to say, okay, that is true, this is how it's supposed to be. Actually, how do you position the baby when you want to breastfeed? We'll be back after the short break. Stay tuned.
It's so important because it has to do with the life of a baby and the mother. It's so important because it gives life to a child.
A doctor will tell you that 6 months is to be a child, a baby that will grow well, that will be healthy, to have a healthy baby, that you have to breastfeed that child for 6 months exclusively, that is without adding anything, water, any other supplements, just breast milk. So I think it's very, very important. That is why a week is being set aside for this kind of a thing to be celebrated.
I think it's important because breastfeeding helps the mother, bonding between the mother and the child, and also in terms of nutrition that the child needs, breastfeeding helps to aid that, since the child is not eating any other food or having any other source of food. And also it also raises awareness as to how breastfeeding is very important for the upbringing of a child.
Left for me, apart from work, I can breastfeed for 2 good years and I don't mind.
Personally, I would breastfeed my children from the 1st month to the 6th month as pediatricians have prescribed. So 1 to 6 months, that's as long as I can personally go.
Welcome back. If you have just joined us, you're on to your regular program, The Physicians, where your health is our business. We've been discussing Step Up for Breastfeeding, Educate and Support. We're doing this because it's the World Breastfeeding Week. We actually started August 1st and will be ending on the 7th of August. So we decided to at least encourage mothers and the family to be able to ensure that the babies are well breastfed. We always promote exclusive breastfeeding, at least for the first 6 months. So, Dr. Timson, so let's proceed. For the mothers, we already talked about the bonding and the rooming. So how are they supposed to place the baby? But then, during antenatal, they usually would educate the mothers, right?
Yeah.
On the breast. Because some will have nipple that are inverted. Okay, so what are they supposed to do when they notice that the nipple is inverted? At what point should they start ensuring that the nipple is actually brought out, number one. Then secondly, what are they expected to do in preparing for breastfeeding the babies just before the baby comes out? What are the things that the mothers are expected to do? What do you tell them?
Okay. Thank you very much once more. Actually, during antenatal, if the mother attends the antenatal clinic regularly, the midwives always make sure they talk to them about the care for the nipples. Yeah. Like, you expect that once you notice that you are pregnant and you actually want to bring forth the child, and the child has really, and the pregnancy had advanced enough, you are advised that after your bath every morning and even lasting at night, you wash clean your nipple very well. Okay. Then you use oily substance, maybe Vaseline or olive oil or something. You rub it on and you use your finger to bring it out, poking it out, both nipples and the areola. You do that continuously till the day of delivery.
Then when baby comes out, you just put the baby to the breast. Yeah. Okay. So what is the right position?
You know, you have to feed from both sides. Feed from both sides. So if you are starting maybe from the right, you put your child. You are expected to sit on an armchair. Okay. You understand?
Upright.
Upright, where you can rest your back as well. And in some cases, you know, when you are sitting, resting back, you may discover that your feet are really not being supported. So you can use a stool.
Is it because the person is not tall or something?
It depends on the type of seat you are using.
So you must get a comfortable seat.
Very comfortable.
Absolutely.
You have to rest your back to prevent all this backache and the rest that you can get from it. So if in case as you are resting your back, your feet are suspended, you can get
something to prop
there to support the so that you are very comfortable. Then you carry your baby this way. These days, in fact, in some years back, some of our people can make use of a pillow. Well, these days, you know, technology, we now have a kind of feeding pillow that you can just put. That one has already been designed for that. So
the baby's head just
rest on it, and you as the mother, you know, still upright. Make sure the nipple enters
the nipple and the areola. In fact, it's actually that black. The areola should all go in.
All go in.
Okay.
It should not. The baby's mouth should not be on the nipple.
No, it should latch on that areola. Okay.
So, and when I also have to position your finger in such a way that you prevents the baby's nose from pressing against your breast.
To prevent suffocation.
You are still upright. The baby is here with support of maybe your room pillow or feeding pillow if you are that endowed. Yeah, and you do and you. Okay. And at each time you try to put one of the fingers at the corner of the baby's mouth to let out some of the hairs intermittently. So it's advisable you do it. You feed on one side 15 minutes, on the other side 15 minutes. At each meal. At each meal, let the baby feed from both sides. On both sides at each meal.
You know, the theme for the year is Step Up for Breastfeeding, Encourage and Support. What are those tips and steps we should, the nursing mothers should actually look out for? Then, of course, for the family, because we are talking about Step Up for Breastfeeding, encourage. So we're encouraging the nursing mothers, support, that we, family members, stakeholders, can support them. What are those things, the steps and strategies that can really, in tune with this theme for the year?
Yes, first and foremost, we have to talk to the mother. She needs a lot of counseling. She needs a lot of training, like what I've just explained now. A lot of training. And training once is not okay, because we all know how our IQs are different, you understand? Some people, you need to train them 5-10 times before they can get it. And so because of that, she needs to be trained, she needs to be counseled, like what we have said so far about breastfeeding. Then once the mother is prepared, we have tried to encourage her. We need to debunk all her myths. We have to debunk. We have to just need to debunk and let her know that no, these are facts. Science is facts.
Because especially for the aesthetics, the millennials don't even want to breastfeed these days. They feel that Olympus has fallen, that the breast will fall if they breastfeed. So encouraging them with all these benefits. We really, let them know that, look, it's not about this. You have breasts to desire the, outlook, but these benefits is actually meant for the babies. It's not for just for no, that is another topic. Don't go there. The breast is don't go. That is another topic.
So in addition to what is go ahead.
So you have talked to the mother. Then let's go to the home front.
The support.
Support. I must tell you that the siblings, if the mother has her older siblings, they can also be of help. Like, okay, bring that stool for me. You understand? Bring the feeding pillows. That's the part. The husband can actually come in, because more, women generally, when her husband are negative to us about certain things, we tend not to be able to
do it. Yes.
You understand? But if the man too understands and it's like, oh no, you have to do it, and encourages, why not? In fact, you will feel great. You even want to do it more than
he wants.
So, her husbands will have to please try to talk to them, and we'll start educating them too. You don't have to wait till when they become fathers.
That's true. Like this discussion now, aspiring fathers should listen.
Then she should listen. You should start to talk to them, because you become what you want to be, and as an adult from childhood.
Absolutely.
So we have to start talking to them that please don't discourage your wife from. You understand?
Don't abandon her in the middle of the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when she's so tired.
At night, you can help her to bring the baby to her. Okay, do it, then I'll return. Because definitely men are supposed to be stronger than women. That's how God makes it. So you can still assist with that period. We have talked about the husbands. Then we'll talk about families and friends too. Families and friends, please should not discourage. Some people are already in the habit of, I'm not doing it. Nothing is going to change me.
I'm so right.
Then if that is your position, please keep it to yourself.
Absolutely. Don't be a negative mother of other people. Yes.
Keep it to yourself and do it the way you want.
Thank you.
Because some of us, our friends, have a great influence on us.
You are right.
And you find out, if Dr. whatever said she didn't do it.
Why would I do it? That is really negative, really negative influence. So actually keep it to yourself.
And if barristers, something say, oh, she went away with it, why not me?
Why not even look at the positive aspects instead of taking the negative?
Yes.
Okay, so
let's not talk about the health workers too.
Yes.
They play a great role.
They are part
I
of
can
the
mention that when we are training, we
stakeholders.
are talking to them. We shouldn't like, oh, but I talked to you about it the other time now, so you still have not understood.
Yes.
You understand?
No, you need to understand
need
them.
to understand. We need a lot of patience to talk to them. Let them ask their questions over and over.
Okay.
Then we keep answering.
Okay.
Then we need to explain to them how to do it
Okay.
as well. Then the society, yes, the media, they are doing a great job.
Like we're doing the social media. Thank you.
The government too are strides, you understand?
And
like
they are still
the
trying.
Lagos State government some months back or years back elongates the period of a maternity leave to 6 months. And actually also started
paternity leave
for fathers. Those are the things we actually, I don't know whether it operates in other states or the federation,
okay.
but I don't think the federal too has adopted it. I think they should take a leave
from Lagos. Honestly, thank you so much, Dr. Timson. You have actually spoken well, and it's actually a pleasure that all that you said today, I'm sure our viewers out there benefited a great deal. They won't forget. The one that will strike the most is the baby feed being 26,000 naira. So I'm sure that is actually what will make most mothers, if that is what would make them begin to breastfeed. I really don't mind the cost. Let them breastfeed and do the needful. So thank you again for coming on our program. I want to say thank you again for keeping up with us on your regular program, The Physicians, where your health is our business and will always be our business. My name is Dr. Martina Agberin.
Thank you very much, Dr. Timson, and it's always a pleasure having you aboard. And like what Dr. Martina said, hope next time you'll join us here on board. I remain Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadri, and kindly follow us on all our various social media platforms. And if you want to be part of the show, you are just a click away. Till next time, remain blessed.